Okay, students. Today we are going to understand the concept of COPE. So, what is a COPE? COPE is a constrained application protocol. So, it is one of the data protocol. We already understand it, but today we are going to understand very great detail. So, constrained application protocol here in the slide was given. So web transfer protocol for use with constrained nodes with and constrained networks. So generally whenever transferring the data using a different types of web transfer protocols, we must use with the constrained nodes, particular nodes, that means with the particular networks. At that particular time we must prefer the COAP, means constrained application protocol. So it is designed for mission to mission applications such as smart energy and building automations. We already discussed in the concept of whenever I explained the concept of home appliances. There are different types of home devices, IoT devices within the home area network HAN. We already understand it, but so whenever we are considering, for example, a remote, using a remote, I can operate the a particular device in a particular network. So that is a constrained node for a constrained applications. So smart energies and building automations, we are designed this type of constrained application protocol based on request response model between end-to-end points. So there is a one-to-one communication, but for example, the server must be provide a proper service. A client will only, whenever it makes the request, it only sends that particular service. In MQTT it was different. So MQTT broker will going to distribute different types of services to different types of clients. Here one type of a constrained service, a constrained node of a particular network can be only get the constrained service from the constrained server. That means constrained node here. Every time I am telling constraint, the constraint means a particular, a proper client servers interaction is asynchronous over a datagram oriented transport protocol such as UDP. We know that. So user datagram protocol we are using in wireless communication networks for transferring of data packets in network layer. So similarly, whenever the client server interaction in this COAP protocol, so it was asynchronous. So that asynchronous means it will not be visible. It will not be visible at background. It will be processed. Uh, okay. So the datagrams are not visible whenever it is datagram oriented transport protocol such as user datagram protocols we are using in COAP applications, in COAP protocol, whenever you are using COAP. So next, some more points. The constrained application protocol COAP is a session layer protocol. It is a session layer protocol designed by IETF. I will explain you what is the full form of IETF, International Electrical Transport Transfer Foundation, I think. Okay, I will give you the clarity. There is an IETF is a one of the organization designed by the IETF. This scope was designed by IETF, constrained RESTful environment. REST means representation state. RESTful protocols we are using in web services. RESTful environments like core work groups to provide the lightweight RESTful HTTP interface. So whenever we are understanding the concept of web services, a service will be a single service, that may be any type of service that is getting from the proxy server. So there are two types of protocols we are majorly using to access the web services, general web services. That is, one is SOAP and the one is RESTful services. SOAP means simple object access protocol. REST means representation state protocols we are using in accessing the web services. Similarly, here also, whenever we are going for constrained application protocol at the time of session layer, so this lightweight RESTful interface was used whenever we are discussing regarding the concept of constrained application protocol. Representation state transfer. Representation state transfer is a standard interface between HTTP clients and servers. Because the servers may be IoT servers. Because it is used to grab some sensing information and transferring that particular sensing information to the different clients through representational state. So REST is one of the type of technology we are using to get the data from proxy servers. Lightweight applications such as those in IoT, cloud result significant overhead and power consumptions by REST. So whenever we are using a constrained application protocol, it is integrated with the REST here. REST means representational state transfer. This representational state transfer will reduce the length of the data in a network. It is also used to very less electrical consumption whenever we are transferring the data from one IoT device to another IoT device. COPE is designed to enable low power sensors to use RESTful services while meeting their power constraints. I already tell that whenever we are using constrained application protocol, very less power is going to be consumed for the IoT devices. We will use the constrained application protocol. Okay, next. So it is built over UDP. So this protocol is built over UDP, user datagram protocol. Instead of TCP, we know that the TCP is using transmission control protocol in wired communication maximum, and UDP is user datagram protocol that was used in wireless communication. So TCP, which is commonly used with HTTP and has a light mechanism to provide the reliability, because whenever we are using the TCP, we know that the reliability must be there. Reliability means whenever we are making the request, we are getting the exact response. That means response will definitely get from the source. Okay, that is, so this is built over UDP. COPE architecture is divided into two main sublayers. That is one messaging, and the one is request response. Request, based on request, we are going to provide response as a as message. Message is nothing but a topic here. Based on the topic, the message was going to be generated. The messaging sublayer is responsible for reliability and duplication of messages, while the request response sublayer is responsible for communication. So we know that messaging means, messaging tells that in this particular point, messaging tells that message is provides the reliability. So reliability means there is, the message will be accurately coming from source to destination. There is no changing at middle. The reliability will be there. The message is getting from the source, exact source, whoever source, we are knowing that. That is the message. There was no duplication in the message. That is the message part. And in request response, it is going to be responsible for communication. Whenever we are giving the request, we are getting the exact response. And COPE has four messaging modes. One is conformable, non-conformable, piggyback, separate. Okay, we are going to understand the four modes. A constrained application protocol. So whenever we are discussing the concept of constrained application protocol, the client, the COPE client is making request to the COPE server. The COPE server is immediately responded to COPE client. There is no mediator here. It is like a request response. In MQTT, we understand that the MQTT broker, that is a mediator or intermediate server. We are understand it in MQTT, but there is in COPE, because of constrained node with a constrained network, we are using in COPE. That's why there are four modes are there. Let me understand to you the four modes: conformable, non-conformable, piggyback, separate. It is very easy. See here, what is the COAP position? If you take the COAP, constraint application protocol position. So in this particular architecture, we have an application, we have user datagram protocol at corner, request messages. We already, this is the sublayers. I already tell that this is the sublayers. So at top we have an application layer. That means there will be an application, any IoT application. So with COAP architecture, that means any IoT application we will use for monitoring and managing the COAP clients with COAP server. So the application is nothing but the software. And in the second layer we have a request messages COAP. COAP means constraint application protocol. It consisting of a set of rules. Okay, request means whenever we are making the request, based on the request number, we have different types of request numbers are there. Okay, uh, so and the message, whatever message you are transferring over the COAP protocol. So based on request may be in the cloud, request may be in the server, request may be to the web service, that may be a proxy server. So there will be some number will be there, some request number will be there. Okay, and response is also having some response numbers. We already understand it in other subjects. Whenever you are studying the web technologies, whenever a response come with 200 means the success. 200 number we get, that is success. 404 means there is no resource. For example, whenever you are searching in the websites, then what happens, sometimes you got 404 error. 404 error means there is no resource that was get. Similarly, every request response is having some numbers. Some number means the status identifier number will be there. So UDP, so COAP uses the user datagram protocol, because in most of the IoT projects there is a wireless communication only. User datagram protocol will splits the data packets, the data packets in the session layer in the form of segments. After the packets was created, it will be moved as a segments. So this is the architecture of constraint application protocol. So what are the message types that was there in constraint application protocol? So the message types are conformable. Conformable means when the COAP client makes the request to the COAP server, the COAP server gives the acknowledgement. That means I received the message. Server telling that I received the message. Then the client knows it was received. That is conformable. Non-conformable means the COAP client makes the request to the COAP server. The server using the COAP protocol, the server is not responding. So the service, the request was taken, but unfortunately it may not be give the acknowledgement. Similarly, piggyback. I will explain you this piggyback and separate. These all are different types of message types of COAPs. So let me go for that. Let me see here COAP request response model. In COAP request response model, the client makes the confirm to the server. That means the client is the client asks for the request to the server. The request will be accepted by the server. So how it will be generates an acknowledgement to the client, then the service will be provided to the client. That is conformable message. Non-conformable message means client makes some request to the server, that will server will not be responded to that particular client. That is non-message type, non-conformable message. So that means it is asking for some data, but there was no response. So this is the another message type. Conformable and non-conformable modes represents the reliable and unreliable transmissions respectively, while the other modes are used for request response. Okay, so conformable and non-conformable modes tells that there was a reliable transmission was done or reliability is there or not there. It is simply telling. Piggyback is used for the client server direct communication where the server sends its response directly after receiving the messages. That equals to within the acknowledgement of the message. So piggyback tells that client and server direct communication will be there where the server sends immediate response directly. So within the acknowledgement, using an acknowledgement, it is directly sending the response. On other hand, the separate modes is used when server response comes in the message separate from the acknowledgement and may take sometimes to be sent by the server. That means now the message, so whenever server is giving the response, message is separate, acknowledgement will be separate in separate message. So let us go for that. Let me go and understand to you with this COAP request response message. This is piggyback. Piggyback means the client makes establish a connection to the server. After connection was established, the server tells that there was a communication channel was established. I will give the acknowledgement and data. So that means uh, whatever data it is going to be makes the request, the client make the request to the server. The server immediately processes with acknowledgement plus data. So similarly, so every time the client makes the request for establishing a connection and getting the data from the server immediately gives that acknowledgement plus data. Acknowledgement means I receive the request, your data is this, like this. It is telling. Whenever you are coming from acknowledgement, so there was a two communication channels was established. One is for whenever the client makes the connection and we are getting the acknowledgement from the server, then we will wait for some time. Then only the data will be responded. Then the client will acknowledge to the server, I received the data. There is two here. There is a two communication channels. In the first, the client makes the request to the server. The server tells that, okay, I will generate you one identification number and acknowledgement to you. That means your request was accepted in first communication channel. And in the second communication channel, the connection, the data will be produced to the client and asking that, do you receive? Then the client will acknowledge to you, I received or not received. There is a two things was there. This is a separate messages. That means acknowledge and data was separated here, and acknowledgement plus data is coming with the piggyback. Piggyback means with acknowledgement plus data that was given in the piggyback. Okay, so these are the things. So that was written here. Piggyback is used for client server direct communication, where the server sends its response directly after receiving the messages that equals to within the acknowledgement message. Within the acknowledgement messages, it directly get both the acknowledgement plus message in piggyback. But in separate mode, both the acknowledgement and the original message comes in separate channels. Similar to HTTP, COAP utilizes get, put, push, delete messages. We know that HTTP uses get and post request. Get, whenever you are making the get request, then what happen in the URL, the data will be transferred through URL. If you use post, then the data will be transferred using HTML body. So we understand it in web technologies. The same thing, there was a different types of COAP utilizes various types of messaging types, that was get, put, push, delete messages, request to retrieving, creating, updating and deleting, etc. These all things will be going to be done by the COAP protocol. So what are the features of constrained application protocol? The features of the constrained application protocol is reduces the overhead and parsing complexity. URL and content type support. It supports because it supports like HTTP message types will be supported by the COAP also whenever you are using you are creating IoT projects. URL content type will be supported by COAP, and support for the discovery of resources provided by known COAP services. So support means discovery services. We already understand that there are different types of discovery services. Protocols was used to provide it to known COAP services. Simple subscription for a resource and resulting push notification. That means if you subscribe to a particular resource, we are getting exact notifications. So that is a reliable communication in COAP, constrained application protocols. Simple catching based on maximum messages. That means, so whenever the data is transferring, whenever, for example, the server makes the request to the client makes the request to the server. Server will immediately respond based on the traffic in the communication. So if this is not responding, if the time limit is over, then it will not be responded. Then this will be identified whether the service means the request was taken or not. It will be identified. Every particular message is having some age. Age means whenever it was transferred from client to server, server have to respond. Server have to respond it with a message. If if the time limit was over, then it will not be receives any message.